Hello everyone, welcome back to the Modelling Novice. We are walking through the event campus area in Glasgow, Scotland, because today I'm visiting Model Rail Scotland. Okay guys, quick disclaimer though, I didn't pay for these tickets. I won them in a competition. I've not been sponsored by Hornby or anything like that, but they were actually won in the Hornby 12 Days of Christmas competition that ran in early December last year. So with that out of the way, let's get cracking back with the video. To be honest, I picked it up on eBay secondhand. Really? Yeah. It is quite an old model, to be fair. Who's that? Who else is coming? Where else we can see? Here comes Honky Tonks again. She's on fire. Oh no! She's on fire.
Originally a North American, started in 1935, and the people who started it up, they didn't start it as a model railway club. What they were getting really annoyed about was the fact that different manufacturers were doing totally different things, and the problem was you couldn't run the trains together. So
Oh, hold it. gremlins around today. They all seem to be stopping. Look. You know, look. That's a really long train. It's 8 coaches. Look there. Wow. Goes. Look. Ready? Calm down. Watch behind you. you finish counting quickly because here comes another train. Okay, that was Model Rail Scotland, most of it. I do apologise, especially to some of the layouts towards the back. I did actually have a plan of attack to try and film all of them, and I got halfway around and things were going rather well. But then I tried to get to making tracks and it was just so busy, trying to get a spot was difficult, and then my plan just went to pot. I started going here, there and everywhere, missed a few, saw them all but forgot to film. My son was just dragging me around places as well. It just got quite tiring, and I just dropped the ball on that one a bit, so I do apologise. There were a lot of lovely layouts I didn't manage to film, and would have liked to get talking to as well. It was also nice to chat to the guys over at Rapido. You know, they don't know who I am. I was just a random potential customer. Certainly will be with this new Railway Children set. I'm looking forward to that, so I'm going to get my pre-order on soon. I also had a chat with Richard, the social media manager at Akira Scale. His channel, New Junction, you've probably all heard of as well. You know, so that's his own channel, his own stuff, which is really good. Having a good chat about a lot of things in the industry, and you know, some of the successful models that Akira Scale have made. The pannier in particular was one that was really popular. It's pretty much sold out everywhere, and there are intentions to do a second batch. Now obviously I don't know any details of this. You know, it's something that's in the pipeline that they are working out the details of, but there is nothing yet. But there will be an announcement coming some point, hopefully about batch 2. Anyway, so yeah, that was a lovely show. Got to speak to a good couple of people there. Really enjoyable. Good to see that. Finally good to see it, but at least a section of making tracks as well. Which was really interesting. Lots of different scales were there. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more narrow gauge, but there were a couple of really good ones that were there. You know, Minford in particular was a very highly regarded one with narrow gauge, so that was good to see. Yeah, it was really interesting to see a different areas approach to modelling, because obviously, you know, the whole of Scotland, a lot of what they were doing is obviously based on there. Because I'm sort of in the Midlands, lower southwest of the Midlands, you know, a lot of what I see is very Western influence. So, you know, a lot of Great Western branch lines, Wales, you know, Western Region BR tends to be a lot of what we see, or what I see locally. That's very popular. You know, and to be fair, that's not a surprise. It's really good stuff, really good classics. Of course, that wasn't the only thing there. You know, with the traders and everything else, I did make a few purchases. So, what did I get? Well, firstly, I visited Ellis Clark and went through their famous rummage bins. And I picked up 2 locos for £25 that were track tested. First one is this Hornby 2P. I think it's the railroad version because it's quite modern and it's also loco drive, not tender. It also comes with a couple of little people. Unfortunately, the traction tyres on it are perished, so I need to source a replacement. It also weighs next to nothing. I'm pretty sure my Smoky Joe weighs more than this, so I'm probably going to add a little bit of weight to it as well. So keep an eye out for that in my maintenance series coming up in the future, because no doubt I'll be looking at that. I'll probably do a bit of detailing inside the cab as well. I'll probably get rid of that horrible white tack I should say, around the crew's feet. That would be good to get that going. And it runs well though. It does get around, for even first radius curves, pretty smoothly and reliably. And then speaking of panniers, I found that. Now this appears to have a real coal load, because I'm dropping bits everywhere. But unlike my other pannier, which has a split chassis and therefore picks up through the axles, this has wiper pickups. So this is a slightly more modern one. In case you haven't noticed, for some reason on the front has in the NEM pocket a narrow gauge coupling. So I think I better swap that out. But it does have a standard tension lock on the rear. It's looking a little bit tight in places, but I think that's really good. And again, another good smooth runner. One other thing I picked up was at Oxford Rail. Now this, as you can see, is a solder seen Adams radial. Now Oxford Rail had a batch of these which had an issue with the motor, whereby they were running slow. So obviously this got their slow running, so it got faulty dead motor, electrical fault. Actually what it turned out to be, in a case that I've seen several times, is that the grease that was used was improper, which was causing the problems. So obviously these were all returned and replacements were sent out, but it was too late to send these back to the factory. So they've been doing them knock-off and said if you can fix them, you can keep them. And this was advertised at 25, but I actually paid 20 for this. So if I can get it work, fantastic. I've got a £115 loco for 20 quid. If not, it's a paperweight, but a very, very pretty one at that. And I'll probably turn it into a static diorama or something. But yeah, so it should be just a simple case of cleaning out all of the old grease, applying something a bit more appropriate, and seeing how that goes. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed my look around Model Rail Scotland. Like I say, it was a bit chaotic in the end, but it was really good fun. Again, I'm pretty happy with what I picked up as well. But yeah, the travel was definitely a tough bit. So we attended the Saturday, but coming from the Midlands, I drove up Friday night, stayed in a hotel in Burton in Kendal, just south of the Lake District. Then obviously on the Saturday morning then drove up, viewed the show, and then on the evening after the show, come back down halfway to the Lake District, stayed in the hotel again, and then made the remainder of the journey Sunday morning. Breaking it up a bit made it so it was not too bad, but still exhausting, driving for long hours, not quite used to it, but also having my little man with me was a lot, especially on my own. Being autistic is not the safest in hotels, but that's fine. You know, it's just one of those things. Anyway, I'm digressing here a lot. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Even consider subscribing. It all helps. But yeah, it was really enjoyable. So yeah, please do that. If you are a newcomer to the channel, I hope I've inspired you to have a go and visit a few shows. And if you are an experienced modeller, I hope you had a good laugh at my expense. Thanks for watching, bye for now.